I'm Cecilia.
And I'm Laura. And this is the Yarn Mews podcast. Yay!
Yay!
I think we do that every time. We go, and this is the Yarn Mews podcast. Yay!
It's because we're that sort of people. We're yay people.
I guess so.
Who knew?
Yay!
Yay!
Well, anyway, welcome. This is the Three Kittens Needle Arts podcast called Yarn Mews. I always feel like sometimes we don't say Three Kittens Needle Arts, so, you know.
That's because
Just thought I'd throw it out there.
Chose the longest name ever for a store.
Oh my god, my email address is so freaking long. Well, yours too.
Mine too, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's actually longer than yours because Cecilia has more letters than Laura.
Like one.
One of the many ways I am superior.
Yeah. Okay, let's not even go there. So, anyway, here we are. The after TNNA version.
Yes.
TNNA stands for the National Needle Arts Association. Needle arts being one word and their thing, and two words and ours. So, yeah, anyway. And basically when we say we went to TNNA, it means we went to market to see all the vendors who are there and to buy new product for the store and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was just telling Cecilia that it would have been really smart of me to videotape some people while I was there, but did I think of that until this morning?
Now?
No.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
If I would have been there, I would have told her to do that, but I was here, manning the store.
Yeah.
Making
I've taken Cecilia before, and it's been great. I love having Cecilia there. Unfortunately, I had to travel beforehand, and it just didn't seem to work out. So, but maybe next time.
Really, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe next time.
That would be
because
awesome.
It's really nice to have a second person there to bounce ideas off of, and to see things that maybe I wouldn't stop and look at, that maybe you would look at and go, hey, we should get that, and I'd go, oh yeah, maybe we should.
Idea. Or, that's a terrible idea. What's
Or
wrong with you?
if things that I want, she might go, oh, Laura, don't do that.
No, just say no, put it down and walk away.
I don't know if any of you were following us on following me on Instagram while I was there, but I was posting pictures every day. Not as many as I thought I would. I mean, it's always just...
You always got lots of stuff to do.
Lots of stuff to do. It's an exhausting
a lot of people to talk to and deals to make.
But there was one product that I posted that was this faux fur, just to see what people's reaction were. And it was such a mixed bag, and it just... we're not getting it.
No.
Mostly because of that reaction from my staff.
No.
Because who's going to sell it to you guys if my staff all hates it? So.
Yeah. No, I told Laura when she came back, I almost joined Instagram so I could put, no, Laura, don't do it. No, with all the O's that I could, I mean, I don't know how Instagram even works. And I'm like, every O I could put in there, I would have put in there. So.
She saw it on Twitter because I also posted it on Twitter. But So anyway, but I brought a few things today, and I guess we could start with that, and I can just show people what. Although now I started knitting a row, purling a row, but whatever. I'll set it down.
It's just purling. It's not like you're keeping track.
True dat.
You know.
And that. Yeah, I got things to talk about with this project, but true that. But you know what? That's okay.
You still want to do this.
That's okay. I don't have that much stuff with me because you order product there. You don't necessarily come home with it.
Yeah.
I did come home with a couple of things that will end up going to our Cloud 9 event, which happens July 13th through 15th. The market will be July 14th.
Yes.
And so if you want to see what they are, you can come to the market that day. I decided, since we're talking about Cloud 9, I decided that we're not going to charge people to come to the market. Even if you're not taking classes, you can come and visit the marketplace. And what was I going to say? So I brought a few things back from market that I can... that will be at Cloud 9. They're not going to be in the store beforehand. So, come and visit us there. It's at the Hyatt Regency in Bloomington near the Mall of America. And yeah,
It's a lovely place. You could have some lunch there.
Yeah.
It's
it's a
nice,
really pretty hotel.
It's a beautiful hotel.
Really pretty hotel.
Yeah.
It's new. It's like 2 years old. And
Yeah.
it's nice, and they've got a
Comfortable
nice farm to table little cafe
bistro-y
there.
thing.
So
Yeah.
come and have lunch.
Yeah,
and
place to eat outside.
visit the market. I think the
and-
market's open 10 to 4, 10 to 5. I can't remember off the top of my head. But you know what? You can check our website and find out
Yeah.
all the details.
All the details are right there.
So the first product that I'm going to show you, these are little color cards. It's a new yarn from Blue Sky Fibres. It's called Eco-Cashmere. It's 100% cashmere. These are the colors. And I'll try to get a picture of the full skein and maybe some of the knitted
Projects.
items that
Yeah.
they've got. But this will be coming in sometime this fall. I'm not exactly sure when, but the yarn is kind of interesting. It's a DK weight, but it's 50% recycled cashmere and 50% virgin cashmere. So the colors are kind of marled, which is kind
Yeah.
of interesting.
They're
I like
beautiful
it.
and so soft.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love cashmere.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you unless you're allergic to it?
Some people
Yeah.
are, sadly.
Yeah, I know. So that's one. Right now we're clearancing out a bunch of old colors of Kidsilk Haze, but then we're bringing in new colors like
Yay!
these. And so
It's so shocking that you got those
I
colors.
know, right? So our yarn rep was there, and she's like, "Do you want to take some samples?" And I said, "Yes, I want that green because that's
Yeah.
my kind of green." And then she goes, "Well, do you want a second one?" I said, "Sure." And she said, "How about that blue one? It goes really well with the green." I was like, "Yes, please," because those are so my
Those
colors.
are her two colors when we order yarns. They have them spread out well, obviously this green one and this teal one. And then what else? And then which purple do you like, Cecilia?
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
It's interesting though, because when I went, I did not get these when I ordered, when I actually placed my order for Kidsilk Haze colors, and I'm not sure both of these colors are in that order, but they may have to come in
They're
soon.
probably gonna have to come in because those are awesome together.
They are.
I love Kidsilk
And then
Haze.
felted tweed. So Rowan this year, it's their 40th anniversary. I've loved Rowan since the 80s. So
40 years.
no, 30.
30.
Close.
Close.
I mean, I started knitting in 1983, so 40 years for them would be 78. So I was a little late to the party.
I guess. Wow. I was much later, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, right. I've always loved Rowan patterns. I just think they're a combination of fashion and tradition
Yeah.
that I really like.
Yeah.
It appeals to me. So
Well, it's something not too trendy that, in 6 months, by the time you actually get it all finished and blocked, that you're going to look ridiculous wearing
Right,
it.
right.
There have been patterns where I've looked by the time I got that done, no one else would be wearing one. So,
Yeah,
it's
exactly. I have a few of those in my closet. Yeah. But they have a few new yarns maybe 2 new yarns that we brought in. I know Alpaca Classic, which is an alpaca cotton blend.
Mm-hmm.
Softyak DK, which is not, I can't remember when they brought that out. I think that was a
Last
summer.
year,
I think it was a spring yarn this year, maybe.
Could be.
But we're bringing that in. And then Kid Classic, which they've had for a long time.
I love
Yeah.
Kid Classic. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I can't
And
wait.
then they have a lot of patterns in
Yes.
their 40th anniversary issue for Kidsilk Haze. And also Kaffe Fassett, who, if you don't know him, I will put his name at the bottom of the screen. You should
know
look
him.
him up
Yeah,
because
he's amazing.
he's an amazing color person. And he's done a lot of fabulous designs for Rowan over the years. He's also designed a lot of fabrics for them and
he does
quilting,
needlepoint and
needlepoint,
quilting.
yeah.
I mean, he does everything.
he's
And
amazing. He's an American who moved to England and is now a citizen over there. Well, I don't know if he's a citizen, but I
I
would
think
assume
he
so.
is.
But,
Yeah, he's been there forever.
I know,
assume he
right.
must be.
But anyway, he's got a bunch of colors, his own color choices for felted tweed this is one of them. Isn't that pretty?
That's gorgeous.
And so I'm bringing in all the colors, all of his colors, and we'll have his pattern, the pattern booklet that's supporting that. There are his patterns.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah. So that should all come in August. That's when I've asked for it to ship. You know, it kind of depends. The manufacturers, when they get it into their warehouse, you know, and if they have enough for everybody who's ordered it. And so who knows if it'll all come at once. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Because it is milled in the UK.
Yeah.
And then it comes over on a boat.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. Some other things.
Hopefully the boat doesn't sink.
Right. That would be bad. Some other things that I ordered Rosy Green Wool, which is a German company. And I ordered their Cheeky Merino Joy. It's a sport weight merino that is used a lot by Melanie Bird, Jana Hoke, Isabella Kramer, a lot of those German designers, and it's really pretty. So we'll get that with a trunk show at some point this fall. I ordered a bunch of new yarn bowls from Lenny Mud. They're on their way. If you're not familiar with the Lenny Mud yarn bowls, we've had ones like there was a Doctor Who one with a Dalek on it that said "Exterminate," and there was one with zombies on it, and it said "Knitting is a post-apocalyptic life skill." And you know, so they're all kind of tongue-in-cheek, funny. So those are coming in.
I have to assume, I'm going to interrupt because that's what I do. I have to assume you've never read World War Z.
No, I haven't.
It's a fabulous book. I would recommend it highly. But
if I had science fiction on my book bingo, maybe I would do that.
Well, it's done in the style of like a journalist essays thing, so it's all these little interviews, kind of like oral historian type of thing. And there's a point where it's after the zombie apocalypse has occurred, and he's talking to this one guy, and the guy's like, "Yep, see this sweater? I made this sweater, my own sheep." And it was like my favorite thing is like, yes, that's the way to do it. You know, it's like so.
Okay, speaking of references to knitting and stuff in books. So I just gave Cecilia, we're doing this book bingo thing, and I don't know if we've talked about it before, but book bingo is, you get a bingo card, and each square has a little description of a type of book that you have to read. And we're playing Blackout, so we have to read 24 books, and we're competing against each other and her husband between the Friday of Memorial Day weekend through Labor Day.
Yes.
And so I just finished, one of my squares said a book set in a bookstore or something like that.
About books or publishing. It's like it wasn't real book about publishing.
So I just read Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan, and I gave it to Cecilia because she happens to have that same square on hers. Yeah. But it's great, especially towards the end when they introduce you to KAL Knit, which is a museum of knitting in California. And it was like, yes, and there's knitting in it.
Oh my God!
So yeah, that was fun. But I digress.
Yes, we do. Sorry.
Yes. So
I know we're supposed to stay on target.
We also have some really cute little notion-y things coming from Katrinkles.
I'm so excited.
I'm hoping those will be here before Cloud9 as well. I ordered some more bucket bags from 65 South. We had those last year. Those won't come until November. I do have a sample in my office. I didn't think to bring it out here because I'm trying to decide if I want to keep it for myself. Well, I wanted one last year. I ordered one specifically for me to have it, and I never bought it, and somebody else bought it. So. Yeah,
how dare they?
I know, right? Like, I need another bag. But I really liked it. I asked her about it this time. She's like, oh, no, I don't have that fabric anymore. Man. I'm also ordering things from Berroco. So this is Berroco Skye, and it is a sport weight wool, viscose, yak, and nylon, and
So
it's
soft.
really soft and lovely, and the patterns are great. So that will be coming. I don't know when.
It makes
I can't
such
remember.
a nice hat.
Yes, it would. And then I ordered Mercado.
I like that too. I love the twist on it.
Yeah, it's pretty. Which is kind of, so we for years used Peruvia Quick for our beginning knitting project, and this is kind of a replacement, although it's a little thinner.
Thinner, yeah. More
Thinner
like
than
their
that.
Peruvia.
This is like an Aran weight,
Yeah.
which is always interesting. So Aran weight's about 4 stitches per inch. I think this is classified as 3.5. So it's kind of interesting. We'll put this in our bulky section. We don't have an Aran section
No.
because the Craft Yarn Council, who we use their weight classifications for our to sort our yarn, they don't have an Aran classification. They just have worsted, which goes from 4 to 5 stitches per inch. It's the broadest category.
Yeah.
It would have been really nice if they had done a 4 stitches per inch Aran and a 5 stitches per inch worsted, but they didn't. And you know, I'm not gonna get them to change that. I have not ordered, but I'm still considering this Pixel. If you can see it's a little speckled, but it also stripes, so it's a stripy,
I
speckly
would
yarn.
be really interested to see that knit up.
Yeah.
I think that's fascinating.
My only concern was that with the price point, they have a little kid sweater for the sample,
Mm-hmm.
and the kid sweater would be over $60 to make
Yeah.
for a superwash wool, and I just wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is this interesting enough for people to spend $60 on a kid sweater?
I'm not the person to ask.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would.
I
but
would, but you know,
Yeah, I don't know. So
my
I'd have to think
granddaughter
of that.
was 2. I designed her own, yoke sweater. So
Yeah.
I'm not the person to ask.
No, me
And
me
it was
either.
black with rainbow color
I
work.
made-
It was awesome.
I made Dala of Norway sweaters for all my kids when they were little, so
Yeah.
and those weren't cheap either.
No.
Sorry, I've got a fuzz in my mouth. I'm not ordering this, but I'll just show it to you anyway. It's called Brielle. It's fuzzy,
It's very
which is
soft.
mohairs and brushed yarns are coming back.
Yay.
That's what they're seeing in Europe, and then we're always a little bit behind that trend. The trend's over there. So this one's okay. I'm just not
We
convinced.
got lots of stuff coming in,
Yeah.
so
Here's another brushed one that I'm still trying to decide about as well. It's called Aero. You can see the coloration in there. It's a gradient or a slow color changing, and it's a bulky weight. And I just,
I love that. But
do you?
I do, but I love mohairs. I love that brushed look.
Yeah.
It is one of my all-time favorite things because I just like how
Yeah.
they feel. I like that it's
Well,
like a little cocoon.
I'm on the fence about this. I'm still thinking about it. There's a cute sample or cute little sweatery poncho thing that they have in their pattern collection for this that I think would be really cute. It is not the sample that
they would
you know,
send.
yarn companies a lot of times if you buy a certain number of bags of a new yarn, they'll send you a sample. It's not. I didn't love their sample
Yeah.
that they did.
Then that's hard.
It is, but
Mhm.
it's also a bulky weight, and this poncho-y thing, sleeveless sweater vest, I don't know what it is, would not take that long to make. So
Yeah. Well,
I'm thinking about it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. I know I haven't told you what else I've bought, so I haven't even had time to tell the staff all the things that I've bought yet. So I'm trying to think. I did buy some really cool felted bags from Fibres of Life, which is a fair trade company in Canada, and so those are coming hopefully before
Did you get those zipper
About
pouches too?
I did.
Yes.
So they have these cool felted wool totes, and
They're very pretty.
yeah, they have buttons on them, and then they sell a separate felted panel that has a little artwork on it that you button onto your bag, and so you can change it out to make it look like different things if you, for different occasions or whatever.
Seasons or
yeah,
whatever.
however
Yeah.
you want to do it. Or you can have the same one on there for forever. And then they have these cute little pouches that are about this big, and Cecilia, of course,
I
loved
love
those.
pouches.
They
They're
also-
the best.
They also had tea cozies and
French press.
French press cozies, and I was so tempted to buy some of those for the store because they were so darn cute, but I haven't ordered those yet. But if you think
Yeah.
I should,
Yes, if you would buy a French press cozy,
yeah,
let us know, because I would buy one for my husband. He's all about the French press, so
Yeah.
we've been doing that for years. And finally, a couple Christmases ago, I got him a stainless steel one because I love my husband to bits, but he has a tendency to break all things glass, and so every year I would have to buy a replacement carafe,
right,
and then inevitably they'd stop making that one because now it's like a millimeter smaller.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like, really? Just let me keep buying the replacement for this one.
I know,
So
We have
finally,
to
like, say they come in stainless steel.
yeah.
Sold. You know?
Oh, we've broken a number of French presses at our house. Generally, it was my oldest son.
Yeah.
And also a number of the carafes for our drip maker.
Yep.
So I hope Tom's not watching this. Tom's my husband, and I'm sure he's not watching this. But
Charles is
yesterday,
watching it. Hi, honey.
hi Charles. Yesterday morning, he's making coffee, and we started talking about something. I don't know what it was. And he turns the coffee maker on, and he walks away, and I realize the carafe is not in the coffee maker. I'm like, oh my God, we could have had this gigantic mess here.
Yes.
So.
And
Yeah.
maybe a fire or an electrocution.
Oh my gosh.
Anything could have happened. So,
Yeah.
well,
we're always taking care of you guys. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
yes,
Not that you don't take care of us too,
it's
because
true.
there are plenty of times when
That's true.
Tom
know,
saved my butt.
I worry. Well, my husband does all the cooking, so it's like I actually do worry. It's like I would just starve to death. When he goes, sometimes he'll go visit his parents, and he just leaves me little piles of food. And people laugh when I tell him this because they think I'm kidding, and I'm like, no, really. There's a pile on the counter of the dry things that I can eat, like fruits, or like maybe the fruits would be in the refrigerator. I don't know, stuff. My tea is sitting there, and my he just has it all piled up there. And then he's like, here's your stuff in the refrigerator. There's a shelf. That's my food for the week.
Oh my gosh.
And then he's like,
that's
here's
crazy.
your frozen meal. So it's like, thanks, honey. So no, I need him far more than he probably needs me. It's like, so.
Yeah.
So I don't mind breaking things, but I would recommend the stainless steel French press. It's beautiful. It works like a charm. He has not
Okey-doke.
managed to.
Dent it?
No, it's fabulous. So
Uh,
high props. It's a little more expensive, but it's worth it.
yeah. I'm trying to think if there are other things that I can tell you about, but frankly, market is exhausting. I didn't get there until
Friday?
I didn't get there till Thursday night. So Wednesday and Thursday they had classes, which I love going to the classes, but I couldn't because I had a board meeting that I had to be at on Wednesday. And so I got there Thursday night. I missed the fashion show, which I really like going to the fashion
Yeah,
show.
fashion show's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see the garments on people and see how they move. You see them on the show floor, and yeah. Anyway, and I missed. They also had this thing called Sample It, where you can buy samples of things for your store.
Yeah.
I didn't really care about that because it's such a feeding frenzy. It's overwhelming to me. I don't really like that. But then,
I love that.
Yeah.
So that is where I could have come in. Because
Right,
It's my
yes.
favorite part.
yeah. So Friday morning, the show floor opens at 9 a.m. and it goes until 6 p.m. And the next day you do it again. And the next day you do it again, but it closes at 2.
Yep.
And when the show floor is not open, there are meetings that I attended. Like there was a yarn group meeting one evening, and then one morning early there was a TNNA member meeting. So it's a lot of stuff, a lot of activity. My hotel was kind of far away from the convention center. Well, 4 blocks. I mean, it's not that far away. But when you've been walking the show floor all day long,
it's a long way.
4 blocks seems like a
forever.
long way.
Yeah.
So I'm exhausted, and I just haven't processed everything yet. So I wish I could tell you more about what I bought, but truthfully, I can't remember.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We always do.
Oh, one thing I can remember. I did sign up to get Pom Pom Quarterly back in the store, so I know people have asked for that, and it's a popular magazine. I'm only getting 3 issues, or 3 copies of each issue, so if you want Pom Pom Quarterly, just I'll try to put it out there that for pre-orders, and then maybe I can add to it, kind of like I've been doing with the Melanie Berg Shawl book and the Lane magazine.
Yep.
Yeah. And if there are other magazines that you really wish that we had, please let me know. I know Making and By Hand, and there's some other ones that are popular right now. So just let me know. That's all I gotta say.
That's it? You're done?
I'm done. You talk now.
Well,
it's the Cecilia Show.
Yeah, woo! So we like to have something here so you can see our staff's handiwork or whoever's handiwork. This is done by Jane, and I happen to really like this. It's this Batad. It's Batad. That's what's called.
Yeah, it's
right?
Batad by Stephen West.
Now I have never even given it a second look because, whatever. I love it done up like this. This is done in Tahiti, so it's this cottony.
You mean you never gave the pattern a second look on Ravelry?
Yeah. It's like, whatever. And it hooks up there, which is always an issue for me because I have wide shoulders. My boobs have gotten a lot smaller, but it isn't ever comfortable to have something tied around my shoulder, sealed in.
Yeah.
But I love it in this Tahiti. I mean, I was really surprised how much I love these gray little stripes. I love the colors, and this Tahiti is not exactly all is in here.
I'm just gonna take a fuzzy off of her boob, but I don't think I'll do that.
Don't do that, please. So it is 99% cotton. She's obsessed with fuzzies.
But it would look really weird.
Reps for me come in and she just pulls the thing.
I tried to do that at TNNA to something, and somebody said to me, "Those are silk slubs in there."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my God. And it's 99% cotton and 1% polyester, so it's just got that little bit of nylon in there. It has a long, slow stripe. You see this? These are both the same colorway, which is somewhat confusing in the bins because people are like, "What?" But I just love how this turned out. This is 2 colorways, right?
It's 2 colorways.
And
one is the gray
grays.
to the white, back to grays.
And then there's this I don't know. I just love
pretty.
it.
And also you could wear it.
That would be nice too. So, and then it wouldn't be around my shoulders, crushing me like a bug. And then there was one other thing we were gonna show, and I need to go back and get it because I forgot.
Okay.
So
see ya, Cecilia. Bye.
I'll be right back.
The other thing we didn't do is we completely forgot to use the random number generator and see who won our prize. I guess at the end of the podcast, I'll do a little segment on what the prize is for this next time. And let's see, I'm trying to think of what we can do for the door prize. Just talking about door prizes, that I can't
tell who it is.
We don't have a prize out here. We don't have the winner. I'll put those all at the end of the podcast. But what should we have them do for? Well, you know what? I'll think of something. I'll put that at the end of the podcast too. What you have to do in order to enter for this next time.
Sounds good. So when we started advertising Cloud 9, we weren't 100% sure if we could give away some goodie bags, and so we didn't advertise it. But a little peek here for people who have signed up for the whole package, everything.
The first 20 people to sign up.
First 20 people, because again, we weren't sure. So they're gonna get this bag,
That's
and
so
it is
pretty.
gonna have all sorts of awesome stuff in there. We got some stuff from our suppliers and some other things, and it's gonna be fabulous. I mean, look at that. It's a great bag. It's got pockets, which I'm all about pockets. And it has a zipper top, so your project won't fall out.
You know which pocket I like the best? It's this one, so you can put your water bottle in it.
there. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that appeals to me so much. Probably because I've always got water with me.
Probably. That would do it. I agree. And it's meshy, so that if it's a cold water bottle, it won't, get all trapped in there.
Yeah.
The
The sweaty stuff. Well, and the bag is, I believe it's
yeah.
canvas, right? Or is it waterproof?
It's canvas, and the inside is lined
Yeah,
with-
nice.
with a poly sort of
So,
thing. So
If your
it's
water bottle
waterproof.
does sweat, it's not going to go
Inside.
onto your
That's going to go into
your knitting.
into your knitting. So, yep.
That's good.
It's a great bag, so we're very excited, and we got a lot of great vendors who are, helping us out with it, and I'm very, very pleased. And so,
Thank you to Blue Sky,
Berroco,
Knitting Fever. Are they sending us something?
they're
too?
sending us something, and Bryson is sending us something as
Yay.
well. So
We
yeah,
love our vendors.
we have
They're nice.
the best vendors. They are very, very good people. So
They are. So I suppose, why don't you show what you're knitting on?
well, I'm still knitting on this.
We're both still knitting on the same project.
So it's this mystery shawl. Everyone else is probably done.
In the
because
Library with the Candlestick
Yes,
by Barbara Benson.
by Barbara Benson. And I am a clue behind because we got clue 4 last week, and I am still on clue 3. I have not been knitting very much, mainly because I downloaded a new game to my iPod called My Hospital, and now I'm obsessed with building a hospital. I can't help it. I'm easily distracted.
Because I get sucked into different video games too. Hey, if you like color, I do have a little phone game for you that I discovered years ago and just recently rediscovered. It's called Blendoku. And I find it interesting because it's all about color blending. And we work with color all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, Blendoku.
That's cool.
Blendoku in my hospital.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yes.
We're such nerds.
You too cannot get your knitting done.
I am working on still FF backward. And last podcast I said, I had to rip out this little section here with the short rows. And I said I wouldn't be ripping out again. I lied. I did rip it out again because the numbers didn't work out properly. Because I was translating from German short rows to wrap and turns.
Oh.
Just didn't work out. So then I ripped it out and did German short rows. And then I ripped it out again.
Oh, I didn't hear
because
about
the
that
numbers
one.
still didn't work
out. Uh-oh.
Because there's a little bit of a confusing way that she writes it.
Yeah.
And I should send her an email and say, can you clarify this? It kind of worked out this last time.
That's
But I think
good.
that was my mistake, that I was using my row counter clicker, and I think I I don't think I missed clicking. What I think I did was I thought I was on a certain row.
Oh.
And I really wasn't. And so my numbers got off on my clicker
Okay.
by a couple of rows. And anyway, I fudged it at the end, and I'm sure we'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be great.
So anyway.
But look how nice that yarn is, even after having ripped it out all those times.
Oh, I know, right?
That's a sign of a quality yarn.
Yeah, so this was supposed to be done by this weekend because, this weekend's the Strathendrick K.A.L. starts, and I have to cast on probably, I don't know how many stitches. I haven't even looked at the pattern. A billion stitches.
1 billion stitches, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
I think it's probably more like 400.
Same thing.
Yeah, maybe more.
It's got
I
to be
don't
more
know.
than that. It's so wide.
I know, right? I'm sure it is. I don't know. I haven't
it's
looked at it yet
fingering.
because my yarn came while I was gone, or I don't know, earlier this week, and the vendor didn't send enough. So I can't cast it on until I know if she's got that same dye lot. Yeah. So anyway, I may be sitting there on Saturday when everybody else is working on their projects, their Strathendrick projects, and I may be knitting on this because I can't start until I know.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't have the same dye lot, she's going to have to replace what we've got and send a different dye lot.
Yep.
Oh, I dropped stitches. It's okay. I know how to fix things.
It's one catastrophe after another.
You know, it's always something with me.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, do we have anything else to talk about?
Don't think so.
I don't think
Got
so
the
either.
sale going
Oops.
on. That's all.
Yes, people keep asking when the sale's going to end. It's supposed to end July 8th. So, that's
There
all
you
I know.
are. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that till now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've told me. I just don't pay attention. It just goes on forever, and
We keep shortening it up, though.
I know.
And so it used to be 6 weeks, and now I
Ugh.
think it's down to 4.5. So
Yeah.
which may not seem like a bunch to you. Maybe it's just 4. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember when it started.
I don't know.
Time blurs.
It does.
But anyway,
It goes very quickly.
I will put, like I said, I will put at the end of the podcast the winner of last week's prize, what this week's prize is, and what you have to do in order to get it. So check through the end of the podcast, and I think we're done.
Yep. Sounds
Okay.
good. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Be seeing you.